Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we have got something wild to talk about. A brand new video of the Chinese J-36 just dropped. And this one changes the entire narrative around this mysterious stealth aircraft. If you thought the J-36 was just a big, straight-flying bomber, you need to see this. For the first time, we are seeing this aircraft pull off high G-turn, sharp banking maneuvers, a nosedive, and much more. We will also break down what it means when it flies with its landing gear up versus down, and why this latest flight is a major shift in what the J-36 is really about. Let's dive into the topic. Right out the gate, the J-36 performs a high G-turn, which is a pretty intense move where the aircraft bangs aggressively while pulling a lot of gravitational force. That is something you see in highly maneuverable fighters, not something you would expect from a large stealth aircraft. Pulling a high G-turn shows off the jet's structural integrity, thrust-to-weight ratio, and most importantly, how tight it can turn without losing stability. This is not just a display of flight, it is a display of capability. Then right after that, we see it climbing steeply and doing a dramatic bang, where one wing is tilted high while the other points down, almost like it's twisting mid-air. This shows impressively rule control, especially for a large jet. Whether that move was part of a barrel roll or a sharp horizontal turn, it proves the J-36 isn't just cruising anymore, it is maneuvering with confidence. And finally, it pulls off a controlled nosedive, angling down at a steep pitch. Again, this is not something random. It is a deliberate action probably to showcase pitch control and to test recovery handling. Compare all this to what we saw during its earlier test flights. Those were mostly long, straight, level flights. No turning, no climbing, no diving. And that's exactly why people started calling it a stealth bomber. It looked the part, big, sleek, heavy, and flying with almost zero agility. This is the transformation moment. The J-36 is now showing off agility, something we typically associate with fighter jets, not bombers. The high G turns especially are a major hint. That is not something bombers need or even try to do. That is a fighter jet territory. So, what are we looking at here? Possibly a heavy fighter, one that blends stealth, long-range strike capability, and tactical maneuverability. We are now seeing similarities with jets like the F-22 Raptor or even Russia's Su-57, big, powerful, stealthy aircraft that can still fight close if they need to. The J-36 might be evolving into China's version of a multi-role stealth powerhouse. Another important detail in this flight, the landing gear was fully retracted. That is a big visual cue that casual viewers might overlook, but it says a lot. In its earlier flights, the J-36 always had its landing gear extended. That is typical during the early stages of testing. Keeping the gear down means the aircraft is prepared to land immediately in case of an emergency. It is a safety net during unstable or fast-paced test runs. But now we are seeing it fly with gear completely up. This means engineers are gaining confidence in the aircraft system. Retracted gear reduces drag, improves speed and fuel efficiency, and also means the aircraft is now being tested in its full combat-ready configuration. This adds more weight to the theory that the J-36 is past its early prototype phase and entering serious evaluation stages. So, what does this all tell us? The J-36 is not just evolving in the technical sense, it is changing perceptions. From what looked like a stealth bomber glided with limited maneuverability, it is now demonstrating advanced aerial capabilities, high G-turns, advanced roll and pitch control, nosedives, gear-up, high-speed testing. That is not just a stealth bomber anymore, that is a contender in the heavy stealth fighter class. This flight was a major milestone And if the trend continues, we might be looking at China's answer to the F-22 Raptor or the next generation fighter jet like the F-47 that can hold its own both in stealth and agility. Let me know what you think. Was this a test to throw off the bomber rumors, or are we seeing the real purpose of the J-36 now come to light? Comment below and don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss future updates. The story is just beginning and I will be covering every frame of it.